Ethan entered Harbor Street Cafe drenched from the rain, exhausted, his mind spiraling. His company had been featured in a major tech article that morning, not for success, but for a lawsuit filed by one of his senior employees. Investors were panicking, journalists were speculating, and his board was questioning his leadership. He needed somewhere quiet, somewhere to just breathe. That cafe, with its warm lights and soft music, was the closest thing to calm he had seen all week. Emma noticed him the second he walked in, not because he was handsome or sharply dressed, but because he looked lost in a way she recognized too well. "You okay?" she asked, gently handing him a menu. Ethan didn't expect kindness. He didn't expect someone to care. And the sincerity in Emma's voice made something inside him shift. "I don't know," he admitted. It was the most honest thing he had said in months. Emma offered him a small smile. "Coffee helps. Or at least that's what I tell myself when I'm having a day." Her warmth eased him. And for the first time in a long time, Ethan let himself sit without pretending to be unbreakable. Their first conversation was short but meaningful. Emma didn't ask who he was, didn't care about the suit or the watch or the rumors swirling around his name. She cared about the person sitting in front of her. And Ethan, who'd built a life on being untouchable, felt seen. He returned the next day. And the next. And the next. Slowly, Emma became his quiet escape from the storm. And Ethan became the one person who asked her how she was doing, and meant it. But their growing bond came with challenges. The first arrived when Emma discovered his real identity. Her manager had recognized Ethan from the news and whispered to the staff, "That's the CEO being sued. The billionaire guy." Emma froze. She felt betrayed, confused. Why would someone like him spend time with her? Why talk to her? Why open up to her? When Ethan returned that evening and saw her distant expression, his heart dropped. "You weren't honest with me," she said softly. "For once, I didn't want to be a CEO," Ethan replied. "I just wanted to be a person. Someone you could talk to. Someone who felt normal." Emma didn't know how to respond. Their worlds were simply too different. And she couldn't understand why a man with everything would choose her company. The second challenge hit harder. Emma's brother, Liam, had been skipping school again. He was falling into the wrong crowd, restless and angry after everything they had lost. Social services warned Emma that if she couldn't stabilize their situation, Liam might be placed in another home. One evening, after a particularly rough day, Emma broke down in the cafe kitchen. Ethan, who had come by to see her, found her crying silently while washing dishes. Without thinking, he stepped closer. "Emma, talk to me." She wanted to push him away. But she didn't. She told him everything, her brother, the bills, the pressure, the fear. And Ethan listened. Really listened. For the first time in years, someone held her struggles without judgment. In helping Emma, Ethan began confronting his own emptiness. He realized he wanted to be more than a CEO. He wanted to be someone's support, someone's reason to smile. He wanted a life that felt real. Their bond deepened, no longer just a comfort but something powerful and fragile. But the biggest test came when Ethan's lawsuit escalated. Journalists camped outside his office. Rumors twisted the truth. And when a photo of Ethan and Emma talking inside the cafe surfaced online, everything exploded. Who is this waitress? Is the CEO dating someone in secret? Is she involved in the lawsuit? People judged Emma without knowing her. Customers whispered behind her back. Paparazzi waited outside the cafe. She felt suffocated, blamed, and cornered by a world she never asked to be part of. Emma made the hardest decision of her life. She told Ethan she couldn't do this. "Your world is too heavy," she whispered. "I can't be the reason you get dragged even deeper. And I can't let my brother suffer because of attention he didn't choose." Ethan felt something break. For the first time, he wasn't losing a deal or a company. He was losing the one person who made him feel human. But Emma walked away. Months passed. Ethan fought the lawsuit, not with anger but with honesty. He fired corrupt board members, apologized publicly, rebuilt trust, and reshaped Hailtech into a company that valued people over profit. Slowly, the world began seeing him differently. Emma worked 2 jobs, kept her brother on track, and tried to forget the man who changed her life. But every time it rained, she remembered Ethan walking into the cafe on that first day, broken but trying. 1 year later, life had settled. Emma still worked at Harbor Street Cafe, but she finally enrolled in evening classes for pastry school. Liam was doing better, more focused, more hopeful. On a quiet morning, just as Emma was wiping down tables, the cafe door opened. Ethan stood there. Not in a suit. Not looking polished or powerful. Just Ethan, simple clothes, softer eyes, a gentle smile. "Hi," he said. Emma froze. Her heart remembered him instantly. "I didn't come to pull you into anything," Ethan continued. "I just came to say thank you. You showed me who I could be. And I've spent the last year fighting to become that person." Emma swallowed hard. "I'm glad you're doing better." "I am," he said softly. "But I still miss the girl who gave me coffee when I felt like my world was falling apart." Silence hung between them, heavy but full of unspoken truths. Ethan took a small breath. "I don't have 2 worlds anymore. Just one. And I don't want to build it without you in it. If you'll let me." Emma looked at him, really looked. The man standing in front of her wasn't the CEO who entered her cafe a year ago. This was someone who had grown, changed, learned to feel. And she realized something. Their worlds didn't collide. They blended. Slowly, she stepped forward and whispered, "I missed you too." Ethan smiled, the kind of smile born from healing, not habit. He reached for her hand, and this time, Emma didn't pull away.